Hello and welcome to the next episode. We are now already in episode 5 or 6? I'm not sure. Whatever. I didn't play for a few days because I was busy doing other things. And yeah, we have last time established Italy here, or Italia on the map. It's called Italy, but it's whatever. And we are pretty hard on urbanizing. As we checked out, we even raised goods currently. For example, industrial is not used. 22.5 currently are not used in our sector here. That's something we want to address, of course. Not sure how. And we are probably going to continue building amenities and other things which required industrial to be built. And meanwhile, a bigger problem we need to solve long term is our markets. So for example, we are cut off from the Mamluks here because they are rivaling us and probably even blockading us. This leads to exotics spiking up in price. We are already at an exotics price of 67, which is immense. Therefore, that's dropping down demand, increasing luxury demand probably, which is good because we are producing a lot of it. But in the end, it's not ideal. So I'm considering that if we maybe want to, in the late game, get the Suez Canal here as the only province here. I don't really want to go out of Italy here in any crazy way. Don't want to go exploring and New World stuff, but maybe I want to get the Suez Canal and maybe get an India trade going eventually long term, like in around 150 years or something. And first, of course, we are going to completely solidify our Italian holding, which means we have to go to war with Genoa. We have to finish the western part here. We also have to get to Naples and Sicily, which will put us at odds with Aragon and therefore Castile, which won't be an easy war, but we still have Hungary as our buddy. We also want to still get into Austria territory, so these ones here with the mining stuff. But all of that will take time, especially because we are having aggressive expansion problems again. Regarding Naples, we do have a very slim chance of vesselizing them peacefully, but I doubt it, because it's minus 82 from economy. So even if we buff our military so that the score is positive for us, I'm not sure, I think that's plus 10 or something. Italian military power compared to Saluzar, plus 20. Yeah, so even if we were able to do this, then it would be minus... we would turn 31 points around, and therefore would be at... so 11 away from them, which means they are at 106, and we would be at 67 currently. Of course, we can get like another 10 from diplomatic reputation, but I'm not sure if we can get the international influence out of the way, because they are probably a kingdom. Yeah, right, they are a kingdom, and we are also, I think, we are not yet an empire. Yeah, we're also a kingdom here, we are not an empire. Not sure if we can even get an empire, because we are in the HIE. I'm not sure what we need to do. I know we do have an imperial title. Okay, so in this case we can't get the minus 20 out of the way, which is a problem. And economic score is also the question if that will go down. We can see what happens if we continue westward here into eastward. We are going to ignore Naples for a second, because I do think I want to finish Genoa first and everything, and build everything else up here. Yeah, that's more or less what we have to do here. And of course our aggressive expansion might be interesting to check out. Where do we have this? Coalition? Yeah, I think it's the same mode here. Alright. We do have minus 15, minus 56 here, minus 68 here. So that's still a lot, but it's okay-ish, because it's only our direct neighbors. Which means that we are going to look at Savoy next year. We still have a truce here, but we are going to attack them and take their stuff as soon as we can. The truce is in 62, So that's going to be our next war, getting these territories under our control. And then the big question is, how do we solve Saluzzo here? Because we have minus 90 here. And, oh, no, it's guaranteed by France and so. Wow. Maybe we can somehow get them to break their alliance or something. We also have to go to war with France eventually. Maybe we will do it multiple times. Not sure right now, but let's see eventually. And Savoie here has minus 39 from aggressive expansion, so that's okay-ish. I'm still considering if we maybe just take these provinces here, so these ones, these two, and then vassalize the rest, or we split out Switzerland. That would be easier probably, because the aggressive expansion will not go away quickly here. Yeah, and also there's a lot of autonomy which still has to be improved upon because of our annexations, our reforms, and so on. And meanwhile, we are getting closer to 30 state reach, which will be the threshold where we can do more reforms, but we are going to talk about that later. For now, I'm going to just continue forward, maybe wait 2 or 3 more years before we go after Savoie here, which I'm going to discuss after it has happened. Okay, we have progressed towards 1473. And some years have passed. I was able to snag the rest or remnants of Genoa and made it Corsica here as a vassal of ours. I also peacefully vassalized Avaria here with the intention of eventually feeding Sardinia to it later on. And I also attacked Savoie here, and released Switzerland and Sitten here. Sitten, of course, I will already have vassalized, the same as Switzerland. And I tend to attack Savoy once more here, or Savoie. And while the Ustar, whatever, I'm going to feed to Valais and then Sitten, and then annex them. I didn't solve the Saluzzo question here because it's still guaranteed by France and allied to Castile, so a very unhealthy combination here. But I integrated and caught these territories here, also making a castle here in Nizza to block this entrance as well. Do I need one here? No, I don't want to make one here because Saluzzo gets one when I get it. And then all the mountain passes are done with at least fortification and fort level 1 or 2, depending on where it is. And then I probably make sure that all of them have garrison level 3 eventually as well. And then nobody can enter Italy at all. Now, meanwhile, my income is decent with 37, so it slowly has gone up from all the annexations and all the autonomy, which is slowly going down, like down here. I think Siena is still going down. Yeah, a little bit. So these ones are still decreasing. See here, also here. So they are still adjusting to the new realities. However, to really target this stuff now, I'm going to switch a song here. Yeah, of course I get the choral musics. Of course I get it. Now, what I want to do now is new reforms, for which I'm going to direct the bureaucracy here. I'm going to promote them. Hopefully it gets people... It doesn't get me above 30. So we have to adjust this. Get somehow... There's one. Getting this one. I also have to get rid... That's clergy. Oh, we don't have bureaucrats in this department. So we're going to remove all of them and hope, or at least the ones which are not level 3 because that's expensive. Ooh, that's an interesting timing. Now that I just record. So, based on the province, it would be something based off metalwork, which could be armaments. It's the only one we have available. Machinery is not available currently. Or we upgrade a houseware industry. Let's see in Lombardy what our exports are doing currently. So, consumer is okay-ish. We are still selling a lot. Industrial is no longer wasted though. Military is still good. I do think that I actually want to take armaments here. So now we do have a second armament industry. In a relatively small provinces will not grow extremely later on. But yeah. Okay, now our influences here. They are going up though. I assume that you have to wait until next year to get that one resolved here. And then we can do reforms. I also want to do, before we get the corruption hit here, is take this mission. There we go. So that's 800 money. I intend to invest that into capital here, but the construction queue here is extremely full with harborages, amenities, and irrigations, which are of course a problem. But I want to be prepared. So let's see. We are going to do a capital here, rank 1. Oh, we can add it to it. Interesting. So apparently now we do have 4 projects ongoing. Great. Yeah, that's going to be pushing up prices even further here. And of course the capital is very, very, very expensive in industrial knowledge and everything. So that's going to take a while. But we do have plenty of industrial available here. Meanwhile, I'm improving relations in the empire again. So I did that already to get the second reform done. Now with the mission reward here, with the emperor mission reward, which gave us 40 imperial authority, we are now going up towards the next reform, which is the Reichsreform. But for this, I still need to convince a lot of princes to be voting for me here. And that's going to still take a while. In regards to aggressive expansion in the empire, we are however coming to a relative lull for the moment. Because we're not going to take anything here. Instead, we are going to actually re-add these things to the empire when we can. So ideally, we go after France eventually and liberate stuff here. Which we probably... I don't know. I want to make a vessel here. So probably Provence, and then we feed it and keep it in the empire? Probably. Because I do think I'm going to attack Savoy here, and also... Oh, that would be very expensive in... If we take these provinces and feed them to Switzerland, it will still be our aggressive expansion. I don't want to cause that. So maybe we are just going to keep them like they are here. We just take one province from them and then that's it. But I'm not sure. So let's get to the next year first. And then we can maybe get the reforms done. 27.4. Yeah, I think we just have to wait here. Maybe we get lucky with something before, but I don't think so. We have fallen a bit behind on tech, but we could do technologies here whenever we want to. Because we do have the admin dip and so on, but I want to see how much we actually need for the bureaucratic reforms that we have to do. I think we can do one military tech there. So let's do this before we boost up our... Actually, I think we can do an admin and a military here, but we cannot do the dip tech. So let's see where we are now in the next year, 27. That's not enough. Let's see how much we go up there, else I have to think about what we can do here. Alright, there's still one advisor that we have to change. Yeah, that's not going up by much. There, we still have to get rid of this one. And we didn't get one. Ooh, that's unfortunate here. So... what do we do instead? We could align the cabinet here. But that will cost us a lot of... And on the other hand, we don't need to... Let's do it. So that cost us, of course. Fine, but we can do reforms now. So we are going to ban sales of offices, of course. That's a very cheap corruption reduction now. For a little bit of expenses increase on the state level. We wanted to do the tech, I forgot. Doesn't matter. We're also going to do the 10 years here. That's another corruption reduction, which is pretty nice. Then we also want the education requirements to get some loyalty back, and also the elite relations here, but also admin efficiency, which is increasing taxation for us. And then we do have one more available, which is the appointed magistrates here, which is going to give us more autonomy reduction, but also a little bit of provincial corruption. But this one costs us 30 loyalty. So this is really expensive, but let's get it out of the way. And I think that's all we can do here. Alright. Because the next ones... Oh, this one really needs 30 influence. Yeah, we're not going to do this in this batch. We are going to do this eventually. So the next step would be 40 state reach. I'm not sure how quickly I want to push for this. Because now, of course, we are going to be busy reforming, or rather getting our loyalties back here. So I'm at 58 now. Let's do a tax exemption on the burghers here as well. It's going to cost us, but fine. And also we do need to do a show of devotion here. 66%, however, is fine. Corruption now will break us in the next year, but that's fine. And also we are going to do the rain dole here. However, we are only at 70% state corruption. Now that's not too crazy, it's not 100%, which means that our provincial corruption will go down quickly as well. We could check for measures here. For example, we could do this one here, but I don't think it's worth it right now, because it would pull down our tax income significantly from the minus 20% admin efficiency. Administrative wages. Not sure what it does though. I mean, the wage factor probably. It's the wage factor here in the corruption. Sources multiplied, wages increases it currently. We could do this. This would lower the multiplier. And therefore our provincial corruption resting point would be significantly lower. Therefore our decay would also be lower. And maybe that's a good idea. So let's see if that... Let's do this. It's a relatively cheap one. We pay a bit more for bureaucrats. And then we see what will come out of it. Now I'm going to jump forward a bit and then let's see next year. Well, a year later, things have happened. So our income has dropped to about 5 income now. So that's of course a tremendous loss. Most of the taxation is gone. And also we do have a problem with our fleet here. The reason for this is that our fourth limit has massively dropped from the loss of loyalty. Oh, no, it's not that bad. We are 73 already. So I guess it's the corruption. Yeah. Must be the... Wait a second. From provinces plus 15. It's definitely something I need to investigate because the math doesn't add up here. So yeah, let's see. And it's probably the new burger reforms which are not working perfectly here. I'm going to remove 5 galleys here. And that brings us down to 21 again. Yeah, and we should send out the sail ship here. Oh, we can upgrade them even. And then we should send them somewhere to protect Sure, we could go to Tyrrhenian Sea here. Plus 0.17. Gulf of Lyon, probably the best here. Oh no, Berber Coast is better. So we are going to send them to the Berber Coast here when they have healed up. But yeah, our income is at least not negative, which means we are going to just keep on our cash here that we have and just wait out the corruption and build forward from there. So meanwhile, Ottomans have finally captured Constantinople, but they didn't move the capital there yet. Probably, I mean, where is their capital? It's not in Bursa. Oh, it's Izmit by now. Interesting, they've moved it here. Not necessarily better, but whatever. In regards to the Naples question, I'm still not sure if we maybe want to cancel the alliance eventually, but yeah. We have other targets to prioritize first before we continue, but now we do have like 5 to 10 years of waiting where we just do nothing, more or less, because of corruption. We have reached 1490. I've been going ahead quite a bit, and some developments have happened. So we are building up stuff here. We annexed Camerino and Corsica into the realm. And I also went to war with Burgundy, which is now gone from the map. And to get Flanders and Artois back into the Empire, I need to temporarily royal marriage them. Then I think it's enough here. 167. So theoretically, that should be updated in the next month. So another thing we are going to do here. What? Minus 100? Why does it not want to join? That's not ideal. I mean, in the worst case, we're going to attack them to get them in. But yeah, the same is basically here. We cannot get them into the Empire currently because of the relations. They need only... Oh, I should have checked this earlier. Yeah, right. So we can't get them in either. That's disappointing. So I guess we have to release someone here. Conquer them again and release something there. Also, parts have gone to Austria here, as you can see. And yeah, but for the moment, most important is this one here, Naples. We are at very good relations with them. We are at 76 of 105. The economic base is minus 85. This is the main problem there, because it was minus 81 before. It went up a little bit. I'm not sure how we can get it down further, because we are really close. So we can improve our trust here, of course, for favors. Not sure how, not really much available currently. I already invested all of them. So that would get us to plus 10, so 2 more. Then we can get 1 from military if we build more units. They currently only have 8k troops, so relatively low. Probably they're reforming or something. Which would get us to 79. 79 of 105, that's quite far away. We can get a bit from reputation. So we get about 3 per reputation, or 2.5, something like this. So even if you were to get additional 3 or 4 reputation, which would be possible, if we do royal marriages and the noble estate interaction. But then we would still only be at 89, so there's still 16 point missing. Not sure how to get them. So that's the main issue here. Yeah, we're going to stay allied to them for a while to see if we can somehow make that work by, for example, building up our country further. I do think that I'm going to go to war with Aragon here next, or rather Castile and Aragon. However, oh, that would... Oh, no, I thought wrong side here. And that, however, would be very hard because Castile has 33,000 and Aragon has 21,000. So that's a lot of troops that we would need to defeat. I'm not sure if I really want that. We can, of course, go for the island here and then just defend on our own territory. That would be possible. And I'm not sure. I mean, it would be worth it. These are relatively cheap provinces. We just need a few battles and then the occupation score here. If you, for example, go for Castedu like this, that would work. But I don't know. We could, of course, also call in Naples for favors here, so they can take over Sicily again. But I don't know. It's complicated. It's really complicated to get these wars done here. Yeah, but now the main thing is we are at 1490, so we are really close to the casual literacy here. You're going to take this admin tech here. We can't yet. But we're going to take the next admin tech as soon as we can. So we're going to take this tech, and we're going to take this tech here. And then we're going to take the next idea group, and it's going to be logistics. Because logistics offers us pathing and harborage construction costs. That's going to be useful because we have to do a lot of pathing still. Especially when we expand to the south eventually. And harbors, of course, to get Naples connected, for example. We also get garrison infrastructure costs. That's also quite nice because we have a lot of garrisons and we intend to have more. It also gives us a bit of weaving skill here. That's going to be useful for our textiles, which are lacking behind, especially the luxury cloth. It also means that we are creating more industry in our cities. Manpower training cost reduction is something we are currently stacking up. So that's going to be useful. And yeah, so let's do this. So let's see how far can we get with the ideas here. We can get at least the cost reduction. I definitely want this one next. I mean, I want this quickly, but yeah, we have to see that we don't fall behind on military tech at all. So we go to cavalries here. And we stay on charge though. So Shock is still the king. And yeah, so as soon as we can do the admin tech, which is of course significantly ahead of time. We can do this next year. Then we are going to do it. And let's see. I'm going to talk about the next institution and we can see progress and how quickly it's going to invent in our provinces here. Okay, so some years in, casual literacy is getting invented, and actually the speed is massive. So we have 1.41 invention speed here. So that's going to be even there before 1500. And I just became, like a month or two ago, I was elected papal controller, which allows us to also pick a golden bull. And I do think that I want to pick Immensa Eternidee here. Global institution speed plus 15%, minus 10% embracement cost. I don't think that our Pope will live long enough, but who knows? Let's just take it. Increase that even further. Let's see how old our Pope is actually. 51 only. Okay, so maybe he lives a little bit longer. So maybe we can see the benefits of getting it even faster. So 154. No, really? At least we got the emperorship. Ooh, we got a really nice heir. Cosimo. Nice. That's a good one. And yeah, what now? Do we go bureaucrats again? You can see here that certain factions really do not like us. I think I want to... wait a second. We want to do the taxation reform next. 35 state reach, we are 34. This would get us more indirect taxation. It's not really worth it with a lot though. That's still thing. We could also go for aristocracy soon. Although aristocracy has the danger that we lose more of our force limit. Let's investigate that in a second. So we go with the bureaucrats again. And I'm not going to take this one though. I'm going to take this one here. Yeah, right, yes. There's some going here. And... oh, we don't have money. Interesting. Seriously, we get excommunicated again? We already had that in the past, so yeah, okay, we get excommunicated again. I think we're going to take this one, because we are trying to make claims on Austria currently. This sounds fitting. And do we want to take urban skill or anything, or do we want to take... yeah, let's take this one and promote him. We don't need the admin points from a level 3 advisor that urgently, and the price difference is of course massive. And we still have... we need money like crazy currently. Let's refresh our marriages here. But yeah... that the king died is unfortunate, actually. Byzantine refugees... that's late. That's late. 24... yeah, fine, let's take it. Not sure if the tech reduction is actually worth it currently. So we got this one done. Ah yeah, Hungary also needs one. And Sitten also needs one. And then all our royal marriages are re-established again. That's good. And... oh, Pfalzgrafschaft. Yes, we need this one as well. Yeah, meanwhile we are going to continue pretty much. Due to the fact that... oh, book burning is active, so we are not going to take this tech until book burning has timed out. The problem is now Naples has built a new army again. I also... oh, I forgot about them. So let's do this. Oh, so many things currently. Right. That's bad. We're going to take a loan, fine. And Modena is actually getting the first industry upgrade here. And the question is, what do we want to do? It has metalwork and housewares relatively high. We could do... I think we're going into carpentry here. Continue building our industrial base, as that's what is most important for any infrastructure. Even if we overproduce it, that's fine. Due to the fact that it still reduces infrastructure cost when the price is low. And currently our industrial price is 10.9. Could go lower still. But as we can see here, also our demand is 40 here in Milan itself, which is crazy. Ooh, wood price is high with 8. And exotics is still crazily high. Knowledge will get much better now due to the fact that we are going to get casual literacy first. But yeah, so what now? We want the claims here, and then we go to war with Austria pretty soon, and we get this institution which will shake up our industry quite significantly, because I think it was like 50% or even more. 100% education skill and more demand. So that's going to produce a lot of new cash and a lot of new knowledge which can be sold but also be consumed by our population. So that's nice. And yeah, let's push forward a bit. And then we probably in the next time we stop, we also gonna check out our urbanization rates and everything, how we are currently doing. Okay, we have reached the moment where we could embrace casual literacy in 1489 or 89. And now we are going to do this, and some of our provinces here we can see now, yeah, plus 2.6 now. Because high peasant freedom, friendly neighboring province, and so on. These are going to get this very quickly. In general, it will spread really quickly here. And now we can also consider selling it somewhere. I mean, well, I've gone to war with Austria and I released Styria out of it, and I took these provinces here, and I was forced to give Styria this province which I already owned, because Hungary was occupying these two. I called them in this war to speed it up, but I regretted it, as usual. And yeah, now we get the reward for this one, because we are the first one here. And awesome. So we should have gotten this mostly here now. And we are actually now the largest city on the continent. Really good. That's of course also quite worth it. Yeah, now selling it somewhere. Let's see. Can we get better music? At least a little bit. Offer knowledge sharing. So we could sell it to, for example, Hungary for 4.3. That's nice. Naples would get us 2.3. And what do we have? Styria, of course, will not pay that much. Bohemia, 2.9. What else do we see here? France, if 4.3. Yeah, Hungary will be. Of course, Naples would also be useful because then it would lower their income. But I don't think that will help us with what we are trying to achieve here. So we are going to sell to Hungary here. There we go. Styria, you are not going to get it because you're going to get integrated as soon as possible. And the truce here now is up to 1509, and then we are going to war again for the other provinces here. And oh, there are noble rebels somewhere. Ah, here. They are at war with Crimea. Let them be, and Russia is getting big over there. Ooh, Castile is no longer a valid rival. Interesting. So apparently we moved up in the world now. Oh, we are rank 1. Impressive. With 756 development. And we do have 3 institutions, which nobody else has. So our total score is 43 now. Ah, yeah, because China fell apart. That's why. That's it. That also has, of course, an impact on the global powers. Let's see after the year tick. Because now we have multiple Chinese techs on the map, which all have high development. Let's see where they are in actuality. Come on, game. Hurry up. Why do you take this long this time? There we go. Yeah, there are 2 Chinese techs so far. Let's see what the... Yeah, it's just freshly fallen apart. This will probably get only worse there. Let's see what it does with the world trade, but it's not yet connected, so it's not a problem. Yeah, we had 40 income, 85 total. That's really nice. Taxation went up significantly. And we are theoretically now in the position to do this tax reform here, but we need the influence. And I think we are currently influencing the burghers here. And I also have the state reach, the bureaucratic expansion running. I do want to let that run out before we do reforms. But I think that's going to be the last one before we end this episode. Wait a second, can we do? No. Somewhere we have an influence running. Yeah, so that's definitely what we want to do. Ah, yeah, I revoked a privilege. I shouldn't forget this. From the nobility here. Can we do something else? We could do a grand celebration. I don't think that's a good idea. However, yeah, we don't have the money anyway. 67% loyalty isn't too bad, though. Long term, I want to get to this one here, which we're going to get at 40% state reach. So that's our next stretch goal for the next episode, to modernize even further here. And now the question here, I'm not sure if you can do it. It's down to 81 now. That's good. I'm curious how it will be after we annex Styria and these 2 provinces from Austria. Maybe that will change things. Meanwhile, Castile is at war here with Aquitaine. Yeah, I would like to go after Sardinia here. The problem there is their force limit still. But it has gone down significantly. Maybe I'm going to risk this. So I just shipped 2,000 or 3,000 units over there. Then we declare war for Castedu here. And then we just wait for a defensive battle or something. That might work. We could take out Sicily for war score as well. Which means that we have to call in Naples. So, which means we have to curry favors here. And we do have 18. Yeah, maybe you're going to be in time. This one... Yeah, I'm going to see if I can make this work. Okay, as the finale of this episode, we are going to try to get Sardinia here. So we are going after... Oh, they actually war in the Congo. Oh, no, West Africa is that. We're going after Castedu here. And we are going to call in everybody we have. So that's a lot more troops on our side than on their side. And we already have our fleet down here, so hopefully Naples can get over there and start sieging down Sicily. We are going after Castedu right away. We are going to keep our army over here. Leader trade gained. Okay, we got... That was simple. Where are you running? Well, let's do severe looting here. Seriously, you're walking... So, what do? Do we go after Sicily here, or do we go westward as well? The good thing is that the siege is going to be relatively fast, because they still have war exhaustion from their war and the rest. Oh, Saluzzo in... Oh, that's practical. So, we are going to take over Saluzzo here. I completely forgot about that fact here. Is that on our side? Yeah, it's on this side, yes. So we're going to take out Saluzzo here. Come on, book burning. Oh, yeah, I need to nerf this. It's happening way too often. And by the way, I'm already some patches behind on changes that I did. But these would be too drastical to continue playing here. So this will nonetheless have a timer how much I can play on this campaign before it's getting outdated and it's no longer compatible. But yeah, I'm going to try, and I want to test it out because I'm of course looking for events which need balancing and things like that. And of course everything connected to the burger privileges here, which will need balancing. And currently I'm not even trying to revoke more stuff here, because it's not hurting me actively. But of course I have a very, very strong nobility here currently. And not nobility, burghers I mean. So, what are we doing? Hungary is going Sicily, that's good. So, they're not going into Spain or something, which would be very dangerous. Like the Wallachian troop here. They will get obliterated if they stay too long there. And come on. We're getting close here now. I think I'm going to move the fleet out here now. Oh no, we are blockading on the right side, so that's good. Milan, no, we're not going to take separate peace deals here, because I want all the war score for this Sardinia war here. That's good. We already got Messina. That's Castedu. And now I'm going to help here, so that they don't lose that battle, because that might give us like half... Nah, they already surrendered. So that's unfortunate here. So let's get our troops out. We also have Saluzzo, but Saluzzo we are going to annex. Yes. Perfect. That's one of the claims we still needed. So let's core it as well. Got a mission from this even. Unite home region. Oh, that's nice. Province score reduction is really useful right now. Because we are going to take these provinces here. Okay, let's get our troops home. And maybe we can pull off a fight with the Spanish army somewhere. That would be great. And now we move our fleet here to help blockading for the Hungarians, so that they can siege faster. Okay, there is something. Castile. But they just got defeated by someone. Yeah, I don't want to move into Spain here, because that's too dangerous. What we can check is how much war score we actually need. We are 6%, so maybe it's just 10% that we need to piece out, but I doubt it. But who knows? And then we have a proper Sardinia here, which we can integrate relatively soonish as well. And then we have northern Italy almost complete. Or at least like what I want to have. I mean, Sitten is also integrated here. And yeah, I don't think this is Germany or Switzerland or Austria. So that's fine. I think we are basically complete with northern Italy now. Okay, 10% is what we need here. But we definitely need more war score. So hopefully these Sicily... Okay, here is something we can do. So let's get involved here. I still don't want to go anywhere, so let's go here somewhere. We have to be careful that we are staying close. We can go for Béarn because that should have nationalism from the war. They took it from Aquitaine here. Besançon, still you are not going to get a peace deal. Let's get better music. Change this one here. Yeah, of course you get choral music. So we get this one done. Come on, 11%. Ah yeah, Palermo has fallen. Now we wait for this battle here. Is that already enough? Oh, we're getting close at least. So with that army wipe and the stuff there, we might already be at the goal. Do we want to... Let's try it. Yep, they ran away. So now we go here. Oh yeah, that was... No. Oh, how did they get there? I don't think we need them. Because I think 16% is almost enough now. Ah, close. And we should help our fleet here. Come on, fall please. There we go. And now we can go after these armies here. They should be able to run away, so that's good. What? Why did we just get exiled? Apparently some military access disappeared. %, is that enough? Yes, we can take this one. Great. Could we even take this one? And do we want to... And I want to vassalize the knights. Then we could... Is that the right moment to vassalize the knights? I think it is. So can we take these two as well? Probably. So let's do it, and we send our diplomat here to the knights. And then we can make the knights on these two islands here, which they can build up and such things. Okay, let's go there again. And we are very close already. And we could use our fleet to, for example, blockade here in Valencia. That would get us some war score as well. Or at least some points. 41 to 45. Great. And now that big battle here. Shouldn't be a problem. There we go. 1.3. Oh, we have a naval battle. Yeah, that's bad. Let's get out of there. That's too risky. And here we are. We can do this. So let's do it. We don't have a diplomat, of course. I forgot about that. So 5 days. And then we have our... They're rejected. Why? What is happening again? Then let's go here. Take this province there. So probably we lost some battles somewhere, I would guess. So we take this one and then Navarra. There we go. That's it. And we still don't get the war score. Come on, seriously. So let's go blockading again. And go for this one here. Maybe we can get the war score here. Ooh, that's a bit heavy losses here. Not cool, but if no other army arrives, this should be a pretty good win. It's like 1 or 2 points of war score. Come on. Yeah, then we vassalize the knights. Give them the 2 islands. And have a new nice vessel there on the islands, which can make a navy for us. That's the main purpose of them. So that we have a secondary navy that is not necessarily from us. Still no peace deal, really? We could. I think we just run to the capital because that might be enough to peace them out. Yeah. So here we go. 39 gold on top. And yeah, I'm going to do this. So that would put us to 7. And then the knights would put us at 8. But we are going to integrate Upper Rear, so we are down to 7. Oh, did I just put the wrong option there? Didn't. So what do we need to do here? Just increase relations and then vassalize them. However, the provinces here on Sardinia we are going to give to Austria. And they are going to form Sardinia from this. And these should then all be cores immediately, and then we can immediately integrate them. Theoretically, at least. As far as I know, at least. That's how it works here, right? So... Austria... Ah, yeah, it will take a year to update for that mission before they can do this. Peace secured. Okay, they had to agree apparently. So we get the royal marriage here. And we got rid of the rivalry earlier already. So now we have decent relations after the war. And that's pretty good. And let's take this one back as well. We don't have an alliance slot though. I mean, it would be a perfect opportunity now to switch into alliance with Castile. Ah, the trust is super low. Which means we would need to invest into them. Ah, but they are great power, so we can't. I don't know how we can increase trust here, but a royal marriage for the moment will be useful. And yeah, so now we just wait here. Submit to church authority. Yes, please. They are going to give us trade power here. So now we just have to wait. And I wanted to do a new grain dough. Actually, we could even consider to just sell them the provinces. Because we do have enough development anyway. But then they could already start growing them. We could sell them for nothing, basically. Oh, they don't want them for nothing. Why though? Why though? Well, in that case, we just wait for a few months until we can do this. And we are going to finish up our logistics ideas here. And there we are. And at that moment, we have Sardinia on the map, and I think everything is caught. Right, yes, perfect. So we are just going to annex them right away afterwards here. And we do have the Annex Piedmont mission as well finished. And the, which one is that? Claim Sardinia. Down here, Navy tradition, we don't really need that. But why not? And can speed this one up a bit by just sending them a gift. That can't hurt. We do have the money. 200. Perfect. And when we have annexed Corsica, Sardinia here, we are going to go through these provinces and found cities there because these are Italian. So we urbanize them. Outside of Italy, we are not going to urbanize anything if we ever have provinces from there. So we are getting close, close, close. We can now do... No, we can't offer the military access, really. Sad. So we actually have to wait here. Yeah. What might be interesting is the knowledge industry here now. So what you can see here is that the skill cap is now 256. Therefore, the output is going to go up significantly here. But mostly because of the skill going up. The literati are of course fixed and connected to the resident population. But still, it's going to be tremendous. And also the industry will of course grow afterwards, because I think 60% increase in skill here at 70% throughput, that's... Yeah, that's not enough, that has to grow. Meanwhile here, this should also drop the knowledge price, when it's quite high with 25.9. And luxury is also going up now. So our luxury industries should finally get off ground now. Yeah, exactly. The profitability here has increased. That's good. So finally we can make some luxury here, which is great. And 167, we're getting closer and closer. Really? Yeah, we're going to accept, of course. We don't want to betray him. And now we're just going to put this on automatic stitching. Ooh, Czechoslovakia is on board. That's a lot of troops. But whatever, we are going to just help our ally here. And not going to bother with that. So we're going severe looting. Get us some cash from this if we already raise troops and manpower there. Going to remove this one, send this one over there, and now we can investigate our island here, our new one. So what we have here is of course our Pearls Island, Pearls province here. So that's really good. Forestries are not opened here. Actually these two, they are opened, which means that we are going to do exactly this. So let's first of all pin all of them. And then investigate them again. Alright, like this. So here forestries aren't opened as... here we also don't have forestry, but we also don't have fisheries. This one has everything open. This one didn't open forestry so far. So we are going to do fishery. We're going to do a city everywhere when there is not one. We're going to do timber here. That should be it. All right. Mines are opened. Mines are opened here. Good. And we only made one city, which is here. Yeah, it's just this one. And now the next question is, of course, our amenities again. So we do have a lot of stuff to do. But let's check our new provinces here. So these are barely over. But let's do these ones first though. So amenities 1 here. And then these two on 2. To push them up in urban growth. 1k gone. Yeah, now we have to switch back to the mainland here. So Mantura's next, which needs already amenities 3, so that's very expensive. That's basically what we have been doing all the time now. Yeah, we can't afford it. And there are other provinces probably which need amenities 3 by now. Yeah, this one. This one needs 2. Siena needs 3. Yeah, there are a few provinces which now need level 3, which is expensive. Very expensive. Yeah, that's going to be problematic. Okay, this one needs 2, but I think I did this. No, it's a garrison. Yeah, maybe I just remember level 1 still. So yeah, this is a lot of money that we have to invest into our amenity infrastructure here still. But now the most interesting question is, of course, if we go to all stated provinces and do a census again before we cut the episode here. Our population is now 3.9 million. So we went up about 500,000 from our annexations. And from growth is 22k, so that's not bad. And 50k are moving into cities. Residents are 2.2 million right now. So yeah, that's a lot. And 15k are moving inward from peasants, and we are growing by 4k per year now. So that's not negative anymore like last time. It's now positive because we have so much excess amenities in our provinces. Yeah, we have 2.2 million from 6 million people which are living in cities. That's really big. And also here in Lombardy, which is our biggest grower, we almost have 1k birth, so natural birth, and 1.2k immigration into the city. And this one has by now amenity 6, so it can hold 1 million people, even more. The infrastructure, your AI is still not very great, so it's building more amenities even though it doesn't need to, because this province is just super rich. We are supporting it with state investments, which we set up early in the game. So they are pushing into the infrastructure fund, and as we can see, the infrastructure fund still has 2.3k money in it, despite the investments. However, that's still needed because from class only 137 would be invested, but the upkeeps are already 269. Of course, the capital which we have constructed is 24 for that, but that doesn't really dent the amount that much. And the amenities is 100 upkeep spending here, so that's a huge amount. Yeah, so this one is going to grow like crazy from now on, and we are only in 1500s. What might be interesting though is we got the first, we are the first to casual literacy, of course. But Colombian exchange might be interesting. Nobody gets it yet. But I would guess that Portugal... No. Nobody yet. Nobody has a colonial subject yet. But the New World has been found recently. So that's a thing. And now before we cut it, we also make the knights a vassal and then the episode is over. Actually, we can do one more thing. So before we do this, so let's keep it running. Yeah, I mean, population is one thing, but the other thing is industry. So we can see that our food deficit is now almost at 300. Salt is also only... The deficit has decreased tremendously, which is good. And fiber, we have a massive deficit. Fuel, fuel deficit is crazy. Raw materials is also at a very big deficit. So Sardinia here with metal deposits will be really nice. Exotics as expected. Timber as expected, also a massive difference. Luxury is... The demand is going up. That's good. So who got mannerism? Worms. Okay, we don't care. And now, last but not least, consumer goods. We have 260 more production than we use. Military is of course massive. And naval is okay. Industrial is massive overproduced as well, but we need it for infrastructure. Knowledge will go up significantly now. Great. That's insane though. So let's see. Let's see what we trade. We have a massive food trade by now, which we should invest into, because we are going to need the food. Fuel. Yes, yeah, we should invest into... We should invest into it. Into trading here. Military is exporting to Paris, 21. So they are really dependent on our imports now. Tunis as well. Naval is mostly exported. Industrial is exported into the east. And timber is imported from Spain and Hungary regions, more or less. Yeah, and we are getting our exotics from the Near East. I hope that Portugal or Spain will provide that in the future when they unlock the New World and the East Indies, which we're going to see in the next 50 years, most likely, if that plan goes, will really be successful. So now we vassalize them. There we go. Actually, I'm going to do one more thing for them. Yes, I'm going to do one more thing. It's a bit of a trick though. So we're going to pin this. No, that's the wrong... Oh, we can't pin that region, right? We can't pin these provinces. No, we can't. Can we do something here? Select neighbors. That didn't work. Can we do this here? Yeah, they're not considered neighbors. Okay, we can't pin them. I would have hoped that we could, because then we could have already opened a city. And then gave them to Mallorca, to our knights here. But apparently we can't, which is sad. I mean, that would have been really nice. But we can't pin those provinces, right? Oh, can we maybe pin the area from here? No, we can't. That. Yeah, then we just have to give them to them without making cities there. That's of course... Oh, we are at war. Right, that's why we can't give them provinces. Yeah, so we are going to do this next time. And for now, leave a like and subscribe and see you in the next episode.